Well, hello there, ladies, gentlemen, lasses, lassos, anything in between. Welcome to my first video with the camera. And today, we're actually not going to be doing Terraria. We're going to be talking about the Rubik's Cube and my personal process with the Rubik's Cube and how I learned to solve it. So, essentially, it all started when I found this in my dad's room, a void cube. I just started to turn it around and thought, oh, the Rubik's Cube is such a magical, mystical thing, I could never learn how to solve it, even though I really want to try. And eventually I did sort of try. Me and my dad were out shopping and I saw this, a Rubik's brand Rubik's Cube. Thinking it was the best, I just, bought it. That totally wasn't a mistake. Anyway, yeah, I thought it was the best, so I just asked him to buy for me, and luckily he did. And eventually, bit by bit, I started learning. Yeah. So the first thing was when we were just like driving in the car, and I started doing this. I'd heard you should make the white cross over here first. So I just started to experiment around with the car. Obviously, I didn't have anything near this level of efficiency, but eventually I did actually manage to make the white cross. And eventually, I just tried more. Tried to make all the corners exactly as they should be. This was all without any tutorial or anything, so it felt pretty satisfying the first time I'd made a complete white face. And after that, I watched a video by the Wired YouTube channel on how to solve a Rubik's Cube. And the first thing I learned was just one algorithm to solve the middle layer here, which is part of the beginner method of the Rubik's Cube, which I'll be demonstrating what the middle layer is now. Almost done with it. Look, this is it. Basically just the belt that goes around here. And yeah, I practiced that for about 2 weeks, I'd say, before I tried anything else. And then I learned to do what's called OLL and PLL, basically in one night, when I just learned how to do this, essentially. I messed some stuff up. Totally intentional. But yeah, I just tried and eventually I figured out. And obviously I didn't know all of the stuff I do now, but I followed the tutorial. And the first time that I actually solved this thing was probably one of the most satisfying moments of my whole life. When I saw the cube back at this stage, I knew I was in love. And I just tried to get my time down. But if you didn't know, the Rubik's brand of cubes is pretty damn horrible for actually getting good times. So I bought what's called a V-cube, which is basically the 3x3 version of this, which I will get back into. Yeah, I bought a V-cube because I thought that was a better cube, and it's better than the Rubik's brand, at least initially. And, I just tried to get better times, and eventually I did. Got my times sub 1 minute. And then I bought this, a 2x2 of also V-cube brand, because that's the only thing that was close to me, and I hadn't tried online shopping for cubes yet. And so I just bought it, and in the car at home I actually learned how to solve it without any YouTube guide or anything, and the pure euphoria I felt was just immense. I cannot describe how good it felt when I just figured it out by myself. So a few weeks later, I bought one of these, 4x4, for the extra challenge. And I spent about 2.5 hours just turning it around, trying to understand it using reduction, which is where you basically make it into a 3x3 with using the middle pieces, top two here as one piece, and these two as one PGs, like the corners as one PG. And eventually I caved after about 2.5 hours, and I used the guide to learn 3 algorithms that I needed, and then I knew how to solve a 4x4. Oh, and while this time I also basically learn how to solve this void cube right here. But then it got to a point where I was getting really sick and tired of the V cube. Like, I didn't have any motivation to do 3x3 anymore, and it was just getting really bad. So I went on a website called speedcubeshop.com, sponsor me, and I bought this thing, a GAN 365M, I'm pretty sure it's called, which is an amazing speed cube. It's a GAN cube, and it costs about $35 without shipping, I'm pretty sure. And it also came with all of this interchangeable pieces, 4 pieces, which I actually have used. I actually have changed the corners in this thing, and this thing is just so smooth. I am absolutely in love. And so I went back on Speedcube Shop, and currently I'm waiting on a package of a GAN Pyraminx and a mirror cube. Don't remember which brand, but a golden mirror cube, and I'll be getting those tomorrow in the mail, which I'm really excited for, and I will be making a video on it, whether you guys want it or not. But that's my cubing journey so far. If you guys want more, just like this video. Speedcube Shop or the Cubicle sponsor me, and if the Cubicle sponsors me, I'll hate on Speedcube Shop or not, and if Speedcube Shop sponsors me, I'll only use them. So just like, sponsor me. I have 340 subscribers at this point. Okay, see you guys later. Goodbye.